Too long, didn't read, the series where I, a vet, read the studies so you don't have to. And this study comes out of the University of Georgia in Athens. This is a retrospective systematic review. The title is Evaluation of the Validity of the Double Two-Thirds Rule for Diagnosing Hemangiosarcoma in Dogs with Non-Traumatic Hemoperitoneum Due to Ruptured Splenic Mass. Let's break that down. I'm relatively certain that 100% of veterinarians have referenced the double two-third rule when referring to hemangiosarcoma or a tumor of the spleen. And just so I don't misquote this, I am going to read straight from this article. Basically, it says, in the absence of a more definitive diagnostics prior to surgery, veterinarians frequently rely on the double two-thirds rule to guide owners on the probability of a malignant versus benign lesion and a diagnosis of hemangiosarcoma. This rule states that 2/3 of splenic masses will be malignant, and of those malignancies, 2/3 will be hemangiosarcoma. And what is particularly interesting about this article is it breaks it down a little bit further to say dogs that present with a hemoabdomen or blood in their belly, like from a ruptured splenic mass, versus splenic masses that are found incidentally, say on an x-ray accidentally or by palpation. Because I've always used the double two-third rules to guide both of those cases. So let's fast forward to their findings. So across the almost 1,200 dogs included in this review of dogs that presented to the ER for a non-traumatic hemoabdomen or blood in the belly from a ruptured splenic mass, 73% of those were diagnosed with malignancy. And of those malignancies, 87.3% were hemangiosarcoma, which is significantly higher than the double two-thirds rule that we've always used. And while this wasn't the focus of the study, it did mention another study that looked at non-ruptured splenic masses that were found incidentally and found that almost 71% of those were benign, with only 17% of those being hemangiosarcoma. So a very good prognosis with these non-ruptured splenic masses. What do you guys think? Do you use the double two-thirds rule?